Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and a Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Tourism Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco said she has no plans to resign and will continue leading the Department of Tourism despite mounting online backlash and criticism. Pag-ibig Fund released a record 140.54 billion pesos in housing loans in 2025, up 8% from 2024, benefiting 90,727 Filipino workers nationwide. Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla said a fugitive former Congressman Saldico is quietly signaling possible talks with the government through priests close to him. The government is set to lift its ban on the AI chatbot Grok less than a week after restricting it over concerns about sexually explicit content. A South Korean court has sentenced former Prime Minister Han Duck-soo to 23 years in prison for aiding and abetting the declaration of martial law that briefly suspended civilian rule. Four Asian neighbors posted strong full-year 2025 growth as fourth-quarter GDP data showed, Vietnam at 8%, China at 5%, Malaysia at 4.9%, and Singapore at 4.7%. The NBA and Hype's Big Hit Music announced that K-pop group Cortez has been named to the Friends of the NBA, the league's celebrity and influencer program in Asia. The Premier Volleyball League opens its All-Filipino Conference on January 31st at the Phil-Oil Playtime Center, featuring a streamlined 10-team field designed to boost balance and competition. Today is the 22nd of January 2026, Thursday, and I'm Eliana Lacap, bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. The northeast monsoon, or Amihan, will bring cloudy skies with light rains over Luzon and Visayas on Thursday. The former tropical depression Ada, now a low-pressure area, is located 1,155 kilometers of southeastern Luzon. Cordillera, Cagayan Valley, Aurora, Quezon, Marinduque, Oriental Mindoro, Camarines Norte, and Sur, and parts of Samar will have light rains with no significant impact. Metro Manila, the rest of Luzon, Visayas, and northern Mindanao will see partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains. Strong to gale winds and rough coastal waters are expected in exposed areas. Now for a traffic update. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Toll Plaza, Bukawe Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. Approaching Mindanao Toll Plaza, motorists may encounter an approximate 200-meter vehicle queue. All other areas of NLEX, SATEX, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are experiencing light traffic conditions. Motorists are advised to stay alert and follow traffic advisories for a safe and smooth trip. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. Tourism Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco said she will remain in her post despite the online criticism, emphasizing she serves at the president's pleasure and is focused on promoting Philippine tourism. She denied plans to run for a national post in 2028 and dismissed claims of self-promotion, saying her visibility reflects hands-on work across the country. Frasco also highlighted tourism's economic impact, noting it employs nearly 7 million Filipinos, contributes almost 9% of GDP, and generated 3.86 trillion pesos in receipts in 2024. Pag-ibig Fund released 140.54 billion pesos in housing loans in 2025, up 8% from 2024, helping 90,727 Filipino workers buy, build, or improve homes. Through programs like expanded 4PH and promotional rates, members, including overseas workers, can access low-interest loans, including 3% for socialized housing and 4.5% for loans up to 1.8 million pesos. Home repair and improvement loans were also offered. Officials emphasized Pag-ibig's role in expanding affordable housing, supporting President Marcos Jr.'s 4PH program, and making home ownership more attainable for low and middle-income Filipinos. Now, fugitive former Congressman Saldico may be testing the waters with authorities, Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla said, noting Co has sent feelers through priests personally acquainted with him. Officials emphasize that these overtures are not a formal surrender and remain unverified. Co, wanted over a multi-billion peso flood control and road dike scams, faces active Sandigan Bayan arrest warrants and has publicly claimed he funneled 56 billion pesos in alleged kickbacks to President Marcos Jr. and former Speaker Martin Romualdez. Authorities said any dialogue would be considered only if Co formally engages within the ongoing criminal proceedings. The government will lift its ban on the AI chatbot Grok, blocked on January 16 for sexually explicit content, after developer XAI pledged to remove pornography and deepfake features and adapt it for the local market. Authorities will continue monitoring the compliance. Meanwhile, the DICT outlined 2026 digital reforms, including cheaper internet, expanded mobile and satellite coverage, free Wi-Fi at EDSA busway stations, the Bayanihan SIM project providing 25GB monthly data to students and 4Ps beneficiaries, and the blockchain-based digital Bayanihan chain for real-time budget tracking. Now, former South Korean Prime Minister Han Duck-soo was sentenced to 23 years in prison for aiding a brief martial law declaration by President Yoon Suk-yeol in December of 2024. The court said Han failed to oppose the decree or stop others, despite raising concerns. Martial law, which deployed troops to the National Assembly and Election Commission, was later vetoed, triggering Yoon's impeachment. Han, 76, must report to prison immediately and has denied the wrongdoing, insisting he never supported the move. Now in 2025, Asian neighbors posted strong growth, Vietnam with 8%, China with 5%, Malaysia with 4.9%, Singapore with 4.7%, with Taiwan, Indonesia, and the Philippines also expanding. G7 economies, in contrast, grew slowly. The Philippines aims for 5 to 6% growth in 2026, backed by the Big Bold Reforms or BBR, including faster corporate registration, blockchain-based budget transparency, a national single window for trade, rural infrastructure, procurement reforms, energy security, fiscal consolidation, the Philippines UAE CAPA, tourism liberalization, and interest rate cuts, all designed to boost investment-led growth and strengthen ASEAN integration. Now, K-pop group Cortez has joined the NBA's Friends of the NBA program in Asia, becoming the first K-pop act to perform at NBA All-Star. The 5-member group will headline NBA crossover opening night on February 12th in Los Angeles, attend games and events, co-develop NBA-branded content and merchandise, and join promotional activities. Cortez's debut EP reached number 15 on the Billboard 200, and they have over 17 million social media followers. The collaboration showcases the growing connection between basketball and K-pop, celebrating both sports and music on a global stage. Now, the Premier Volleyball League kicks off its All-Filipino Conference on January 31st at the Phil Oil Playtime Center, featuring a 10-team field and a new, more thrilling format. Teams that sweep the eliminations advance straight to the semifinals, while others battle in knockout rounds and the new play-in stepladder for a second chance. Semifinals use a single round robin with the top 2 meeting in the best-of-3 finals. Key matchups include Galleries Tower versus Signal and Creamline versus PLDT, with redistributed talent adding drama and unpredictability to the season. Now, a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for creativity and self-expansion, Pisces. It's time to explore the innovative side of yourself to the fullest. Focus on composition, artwork, or any creative project that allows you to shine and amaze others with your talent. Channel your energy into creation rather than conflict. Today is not the day to clash with your authority. Lead your imagination, lead the way, and inspire those around you. Now, Katribu, did you know that on this day, January 22nd of 1987, crowd control troops opened fire on around 10,000 protesting farmers demanding genuine land reform, killing 13 and injuring hundreds in what is now called as the Menjola Massacre? The protest took place on Menjola Street, the road leading directly to the Malacanang Palace. Since the 1960s, Menjola has remained a central site for protests and confrontations between social movements and the Philippine government, symbolizing the ongoing struggle for agrarian reform and social justice in the country. Now, today's viral story comes from an Instagram reel that has racked up thousands of views and likes, and it might just make you believe that the Lord really listens. In the clip, the uploader captioned it as asking the Lord to guide her on her trip. She then pans the camera to reveal a religious statue sitting beside her in the van she's riding in. Netizens commented joking that ang taas daw niya kay Lord. That's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.